All right, good morning, folks. It is a beautiful New Jersey summer morning here. As we make our way down to the beach, we've got light offshore winds, a calm ocean, a warm ocean, and honestly, just a beautiful day out here. So today we're gonna be doing one of my favorite types of fishing to do here in the summer, and that is gonna be a little light tackle surf fishing for some summer flounder, AKA fluke. So the middle of July, as it is right now, is pretty much peak surf fishing season for summer flounder. You can find yourself getting on some really good bites here on the front beach, which is something not a lot of guys think about when they're fluke fishing or flounder fishing. You don't have to be in a boat. You don't have to be all the way offshore at a reef. You could be right here on the sand catching some fish. So that's the game plan for today, getting an early start here as the sun breaks the horizon. And well, we've got plenty of time here this morning to try and catch ourselves some fish and hopefully some fish for the table. So most of the time, I don't like to say exactly where I'm going to fish, but today we're fishing Island Beach State Park, which is special because here in the park, this is the only spot in New Jersey where there is different regulations for summer flounder, AKA fluke. You can keep 2 fish here at 16 inches or greater. So I'm hoping I can get my limit today here off the sand. That's the goal anyway. So surf looks beautiful. Let's keep on walking until we find some open beach because it is the weekend and the beach can be pretty crowded. So let's find ourselves a good stretch of sand, start surf casting, and hopefully get some flounder on the beach today. Phew. All right, folks, so I just made it to a stretch of the beach here that I was ideally looking to fish. It is a weekend, so the beach is absolutely crowded. Even though it's only 6 o'clock in the morning, it's probably gonna keep getting busier throughout the day too. So I love to get on a hot bite and get out of here as quick as possible, but you never know, surf fishing. Could catch 2 keepers in my first 2 casts, or it could be a grind of a day. But as far as the ocean itself, it looks absolutely beautiful. We're here at the end of the outgoing tide. The tide should be coming up all morning, and I like getting started here at low tide because I'm actually able to see all the troughs, cuts, and the sandbars that I'm gonna have to work. So I packed pretty light coming out here, just wearing a cooler backpack that we're hopefully gonna throw some flatties on later. And just one light tackle rod here, fishing my 2500 Daiwa BG on a 7.6 Mojo inshore light action. And this guy is spooled up with 20-pound braid. We have a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader, which comes down to our 1/4 ounce Z-Man redfish eye jig head. And we tipped that with a 5-inch Gulp pearl white jerk shad, which can be absolutely deadly here on the open beach. So let's get to casting. We're just gonna start casting here. Just keep on strolling down the beach until we can find ourselves some bites. So without further ado, let's just jump into it, start fishing the trough here, and yeah, hopefully come away with some nice fluke today. Stay tuned. So as you can clearly see in front of me here, we have a sandbar out there where the waves are initially breaking, and then they kind of stop cresting over here before they shallow out and then break again here on the beach lip. So just initially, that ocean water is very, very warm, which is great for fluke fishing. Anytime there's a cold water upwelling, it really kind of kills the bite. So throughout low tide, we're just gonna be working the trough right here. There's a clear cut right here in front of me too, where all these waves are kind of swish-swashing around. So current should have some fish in it. First cast, should have cast a couple yards off the beach. When you're surf fluking, you really do not have to cast that far. Majority of the time, fish are gonna be right here in close to the beach lip, kind of eating all the sand fleas whenever other bait gets sucked out with that receding water. But just reeling real slow right here, giving it some rapid jigs, just enough to kind of stay in contact with the bait. This is really a finesse style fishing, and a technique I only started to fish recently. I used to be one of those guys that was throwing heavy bucktails off the beach with a big teaser, big grubs, and really just did not have much success. So I'm hoping this more finesse style presentation can convince more and maybe some bigger fluke to bite the hook, and overall just put up more fish from the surf for us today. There he is. Oh, just had a little guy pick it up at the edge. There are a lot of small fish out here when fishing the front beach. So I'm prepared to have a lot of short strikes as long as I don't mess my gulp up too much. There he is. Oh, well, there's our first bite of the day. Probably a little bluefish. Hopefully not gonna be going through in that many gulp, but just part of the game out here. Gonna try a 5-inch sand eel gulp here on our next cast. Try to see if we can match the hatch. Because I know for a fact there's been plenty of sand eels around. There's a fish. All right. There we go. A little short. Ah, you know what? That guy might be Island Beach keeper. That guy might be a keeper. I don't know if I want to keep him this early in the day. Oh, I just let him go on accident there. That was not my intention, but forgot the water came up this high. Because I should have had a little more coffee this morning. That was terrible. Thankfully my reel didn't get too wet. All right, well that might have been a 16-incher there, but I'm looking for those bigger fish anyway. First fish of the day on the board on the sand eel gulp. Let's get him back out there. There he is. Micro fluke. All right, second fish of the day there. Tiny, like 12 inches, so we'll send him back. Not even gonna bother measuring this guy. See you, bud. All right. So it looks like the sand eel gulp here is pretty popular. Only complaint that bait is very soft, so it's tearing pretty easily on just about 4 bites. So gonna be going through quite a lot of these today, but as long as we're getting fish on the beach, I'm happy. There he is. Damn, son. 3 fish right away right there, dude. Very, very hot bite so far. Another little pancake fluke. Adios. All right, well, if there's this many fluke in here, I would not be surprised if there were some larger ones lurking. We're getting bit like every other cast here right now, so. And we had probably an Island Beach keeper, 16 inches. I'd really love to catch 2 fish over 20 inches. That'd be my goal, but that's, you know, not the most likely outcome of today. Oh, damn. Ripping through gulp out here, man. Yikes. There he is. Oh no. Well, there's our first bycatch of the day. Little bluefish. Not a big fan of these guys while fluking. These guys will destroy my bait. But you can't keep 3 of these guys in New Jersey any size, so I'm gonna drop him in there. And that guy will be bait in another video. 1 fish in the box, not our intended species. Not really what I'm looking for out here. But bending the rod is a bend in the rod. Can't complain about that. At least we're getting some action. Whack. That's a fluke, might be a better one. Might be a better fluke there if that's what that is. Ah, nah. That's just short in the current. Oh, you know what? That might be a keeper, actually. It might be 16 on the nose. I believe that's a male fluke. He's very fat. All right, that just might make it. Nah, 15 and a half. All right, bluefish 1 cast, 1/2 inch short fluke the next. There he is. See you, buddy. Felt way bigger in that current, but that's a good sign. Again, it is a weekend here, so I gotta fish kind of fast. Really want to give these troughs a lot of time, but I don't want to get leapfrogged here. There's a lineup of at least a dozen guys to my left, so I'm trying to just get down, fish these harder to reach spots before everyone else does. So it'd be really nice to pick off a keeper here just to kind of have that in the bag. But that guy was close, but no cigar. I'm looking for some fluke that are way bigger than that 16-inch minimum, but I wouldn't be opposed to keeping a 16 or 17 if we get them. Sometimes beggars can't be choosers. That's a good fluke there if he's not snagged. I don't know. Oh, that's another bigger one. That's a keeper there for sure, actually. Yeah, that's a 17-incher. Over the minimum here. I might keep that guy, actually. Oh, no, no. I ain't losing another one. All right, well, there he is. That is keeper number 1 for us here. Not the over 20-incher I was looking for, but certainly a keeper there nonetheless. Plus, we do have one more fish that we can keep over 16 inches, so hoping that's going to be our bigger fish here. But it's only been about an hour now of fishing, so I really don't want to release this guy and have to grind for our keepers throughout the day. I'd love if we could get on a quick limit here this morning. That'd be the best way to go about it. But yeah, it's a fish almost every cast here. Bluefish, short fluke, and 1 inch over the minimum here in IBSP. A little 17-inch beauty. So gonna bleed this guy out, throw him in the backpack, fish this trough a little harder because there's definitely some fish lurking in here. That's a good start to our limit. See if we can't pick up fish number 2 here soon. Hell yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about. And that guy hit a little pearl white jerk chat here that we started off using. Went through a couple sand eels, probably, you know, expended about half a dozen gulps so far. But yeah, that guy bit right here in front of me, right in the trough. And I could definitely tell it was a bigger fish right away. Again, nowhere near a doormat from the beach, but that's the first keeper. Oh, just got bit right there too. That's half of our limit here within the first GoPro battery, and just got smoked on that cast too. There he is. Another little cookie cutter right there. Baby flounder. Little pancake. Adios, amigo. There he is. Now that is a slob, baby. It's all about the hook set. That is actually crazy. The fact that hook was able to get in his mouth right there. Unreal. See you, bud. Oh, terrible release. Sorry. Oh, there's got to be at least one keeper in here. This hole is stacked. I picked up a ton of fish. I want something a little bit better. Woo! Another one bites the dust. Little Dinkosaurus Rex. See, there's got to be a bigger fish in here, dude. There are so many fluke. I already lost one bigger one, had a keeper. There's just got to be a fish. I've caught probably over a dozen flounder. That is one little hole. That a good fish? I can't tell. Nah. Smoked that bait though. All right. Like fish number, oh Jesus. Another little guy out of the trough. See you, bud. Oh, no. Oh man, you gotta love it, right? $1 a cast. Let's try the sand eel again. They seem like that a quick bit. We're just burning through gulp, so I like to kind of mix it up a little bit here. Oh, bluefish for sure on there. Damn, dude. Just got absolutely inhaled by a bluefish. Snapped this right off. It's all right, actually. I want to try a new jig head I bought this morning. I got these Joebaggs Elite Back Bay jigs. An 1/8 of an ounce heavier, a different jig profile, shorter shank hook. So I do like those Z-Man ones, but they tend to really kind of destroy your gulp with the hook lock they have on there. So I certainly don't think it would hurt to go a little bit heavier, try a different style, see if that changes anything for us. And I guess let's go back to the pearl white jerk shad, see how this guy performs. Already it looks pretty good. Nice solid fit. Yeah, and I can't lie, that looks really good. Oh, there's this trough here. There should be some nice fish in theory. Got a lot of current sweeping out here. This is a clear cut where all the water in the sandbar flushes out. It was probably a good thing we went with a heavier jig head, so that guy stays closer to the bottom. Definitely a bit more turbulent there though. I don't know how that's gonna affect the fluke. You know, in theory, bigger fish be fine in a bigger current. There he is. All right, first one on the new jig head is a little cookie cutter fluke. See you, bud. Oh yeah, just got smoked by, I don't know, maybe a bluefish. No, a little fluke. That guy whacked that bait, dude. And hailed it too. That's gotta be at least number 15, almost 20 of the day probably. See you, bud. That guy actually smoked that bait, hit so aggressively. Damn, bro. Oh, rest in peace. All right, let's try switching it up again here. This time, gonna be fishing the 4-inch new penny shrimp. Plenty of crustaceans in here, calico crab, sand fleas. This bait's also a little hardier and can resist those short strikes a little bit better. Man, this guy came right up. It's gotta be a bluefish, right? Yeah. Little Mr. Bluefish. Crazy hook set on him. That'll be going in the cooler as well. That could be a good fluke there. Oh no. Short. Adios. All right. The shrimp's hanging in there. I'm happy I switched up because we would have gone through a lot of gulps had we not. Woo! Looks like another 15-incher there. Boom. So many fluke between 8 and like 16 inches out there. Just gotta keep picking through them. Oh, that might be a good fish. That one run there. Oh yeah, baby. That's him, buddy. That's our second keeper and a clear keeper right there, dog. Yes, sir. Just mumbling to myself, there's gotta be a keeper. Let's go, baby. Woo! There we go, folks. That is our 2-fish limit here in the park. My 845 took 2.5 hours. That is a nice 18.5-inch fluke right there. Some decent fillets for sure. Not the giant, you know, over 20-incher that I was looking for here off the beach, but I'll take my early morning weekend limit any day of the week here. Get out of here before the crowds really show up. That is a nice fish by any means. I was just saying to myself, this water looks so good. There's got to be some bigger fish here. This is that really turbulent cut where I really have not been getting a lot of shorts. But hell yeah, I'll take that fish all day, any day of the week. Nice. All right, and that is where I'm gonna call it today, folks. No sense in wasting any more time out here. I already got my 1 person, 2 fish limit, plus a couple bluefish that I'm gonna end up using as bait in some other video down the line. But yeah, really can't ask for better fishing than that. 2.5 hours, caught probably 30 short flounder, and then my 2 keepers. Just plenty of action all morning, and I'm able to get out of here before the crowd really shows up, because the beach here is already filling up quite a bit. So sweet. So just goes to show how productive the surf can be in the middle of the summer if you're targeting fluke, flounder, whatever you like to call it. They're out there. Secured myself some dinner, and it's not even breakfast time yet, really. So thanks for watching, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you could do me a favor, just hit the like and subscribe button. I really appreciate both those things. And yeah, never on this end. Apparently it pays to get 3 hours of sleep a night. Get out here, catch some fish. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.